Here you see a typical example of the difference between men and women's pockets. In fact, research from 2018 indicates on average the pockets in women's jeans are 48% shorter and 6.5% narrower than men's pockets. In 1905, a woman argued in the New York Times that one supremacy there is in man's clothing is adaptation to pockets. Women have from time to time carried bags, sometimes sewn in, sometimes tied on in the hand, but a bag is not a pocket. Paul Johnson writes in The Spectator, "I remember Christian Dior saying to me in 1954, 'Men have pockets to keep things in, women for decoration.'" This is a clip from a Dior show in 1954, and there is not a functional pocket in sight. These all demonstrate significant differences in the fashion versus function between men and women's clothing specific to pockets. My question is why? The origin of a pocket started as a pouch tied around a person's waist to hold possessions, thus removing the burden of carrying those items in their hands. In the mid to late 1700s, pockets were sewn into men's trousers, generally as we know them today. This was also extended to men's coats, as seen here and here. Women had pockets, but they were pouches tied to their waist and tucked between petticoats. These simple drawings illustrate how a woman had to navigate through multiple skirts, petticoats, and layers of fabric to find their pocket. This is also where you see the birth of a handbag. When the shape of the dress became slimmer, that is when handbag was born. This is an illustration for a nursery rhyme from 1846 that goes as follows. Lucy Locket lost her pocket. Kitty Fisher found it. Not a penny was there in it, only ribbon round it. If she didn't lose her pocket, she wouldn't have lost her money. This is just further evidence proving the superiority of having functional pockets. In the early 1900s, a movement of women advocating for pockets and functional clothing helped advance the call for women's independence. Paul Johnson writes, "The 20th century brought women, in theory, trousers and pockets, but a clothes industry run by men ensured this made little difference. The intentions were to give women their freedom of pants, but it was more of an illusion. Women were wearing pants with pockets for very brief times and only during the world wars. The call is for retailers to show more awareness of what their female customers want and the hope that this will spread. Here are some examples of modern-day clothing on 3 females and 1 male. Functional pockets should be the standard for everyone. Pockets are only part of the want. Functional pockets are the goal. In the modern world, basic necessities include things like keys, phone, debit card, and photo ID. As a woman, I do not want to rely on carrying a handbag to have my basic necessities easily accessible.